Okay, so when your child is injured, what are the legal factors that are considered in a lawsuit? Because there are factors that do come into play.
Yeah, it's much different with a minor. And a minor in the state of Alabama is anyone under the age of 19. And so if you have a child, or if you yourself, if you're under the age of 19, you can't just settle a case like Kelly and I could. We're over the age of 19, and so therefore we are adults and we can legally enter into an agreement. Someone under the age of 19 cannot do that. They cannot enter into a contract. They cannot, they do not have the mental capacity or the legal capacity to be able to do so. And so with that being, keeping that in mind, the same is true when you have a child who is injured. Let's say it's a slip and fall at a grocery store or a car wreck or what have you. And you see the graphic there, kids in the law, it says a reasonable child. Well, and I'll get to that in a second.
What does that mean?
Okay, a reasonable child is typically, number one, any child under the age of 8 cannot be considered to be contributory negligent. In other words, like if you were in the grocery store and you saw a puddle and then there was a sign next to that and you decided you were going to go through it anyway, well, you have contributed to your negligence, or you committed contributory negligence because you assumed the risk and you decided to go through that anyway. Gotcha. A child under the age of 8 cannot be guilty of contributory negligence because they do not have the mental capacity to be able to do so. Now, when you get above 8, and let's say 8 to age 19, you typically look at what a reasonable child of that age. And so you hold that child to whatever reasonable is for, say, a 10-year-old or an 11-year-old. And so that's the way you judge them at that point. But typically, it is much easier for a child to be able to fend off any type of defense from the other side about contributory negligence. So it's...
Makes sense.
And then when you settle the case, it typically has to be approved by a judge because, again, the child can't enter into the settlement, so the judge has to approve it.